Hello students, let us continue our chapter Consumer Rights. As we already discussed, the consumers in the marketplace, the forms of exploitations, factor causing exploitations of consumer, and then consumer movements. Today we discuss the consumer rights given by the government to us. These rights are right to safety. Means while using any type of goods or services, as a consumer, we have the right to be protected against the marketing of the goods and delivery of the services that are hazardous to our life and property. Many times we see that, or hear also, the blast of pressure cooker, current by iron, etc. These all things comes in it. According to this right, the producer need to strictly follow the required safety rules and regulations. The manufacturer of the safety valves have to ensure high quality so that the pressure cooker not blast. Public or government action is also required to see that this quality is maintained or not. The second right is right to information. The consumer has the right about information of the good he is purchasing. Consumer can then complain and ask for the compensation also if he proved to be defective in any manner. Similarly, one can protest and complain if someone sells a good at more than the price whatever written or indicated by the MRP, means maximum retail price. MRP, it must be written there. The gradients must be written there. Magnified date, expiry date of the product in medicine must be written there so that the person get information. If a person is illiterate, then he also get information through this symbol, where green means a product is totally veg and this color brown color means a product is made up of non-veg ingredients. The major step taken by government in this respect was in the year 2005 when the government of India enacted a law which is popularly known as RTI, means right to information. As you can see here, सूचना का अधिकार सबको, a right to information act 2005, under which whatever information a consumer wants, he can easily get that information, except from those things which are in the interest of nations security. The third right is choice. When choice is denied, means it is a right of a consumer that he wants a particular things or not. If he is not interested, then he can deny it to purchase that thing. Whatever he receives a service in whatever capacity, regardless of age, gender, and the nature of services, has the right to choose whether to continue the services which he received or not. Like at present, we can take the example of mobile portability number. If we are not satisfied with the service of a particular company, then by paying 19.5 rupees, we can change the company without changing our number. Means we have the choice. Whatever service we can want, we can take, and we can deny it. Right to seek redressal. In one word, compensation. Consumer had the right to seek redressal against the unfair trades and practices or the exploitation. If any kind of damage is done to the consumer, as we discussed earlier in this example of right to safety, or an accident, whatever, he or she, means the consumer, has the right to get compensation depending on the degree of damage, whatever damage. And this is what he get by complaining in the consumer court. And this is called the fifth right, which is right to represent. It is a right in which consumer have to represent in the consumer courts, where he get a quick verdict within few days, not just as it is written here 10 years in this satire. Right, in the right to represent, we have consumer courts, which the government enacted under law COPRA in the year 1986. Under COPRA, there is a three-tier uh, quasi-judicial machinery. The first one is in district level, where the cases involving claims up to 20 lakh. State level court between 20 lakh to 1 crore. National level more than 1 crore. That doesn't mean if a consumer who's claiming to consumer court a case which is less than 20 lakhs get only jurisdictions awarded in district level. If a consumer is not satisfied with the district court, he or she can appeal to state level consumer court within next 40 days. And if here also he or she is not satisfied, then a consumer can appeal to national level court also, which is in Delhi. This step taken by government for the protection of consumer. What are these steps? One by one, let us discuss all these steps. The first step is legislative step. Various acts have been formed by the legislative, as we already discussed. COPRA in 1986, passed by the legislative Parliament of India. This act is to solve the consumer grievances in a speedy, simple and inexpensive manner. And as we discussed earlier, under here there is a three quasi-judicial system. The second thing comes in is the separate department of consumer welfare have been established both in the central and in state. Administrative steps. PDS, that is the public distribution system, has been established for preventing the exploitation of consumers, as we can see here in this picture also. So government depot where these all food grains are distributed to all the citizens of India, whether they are APL or BPL, means below poverty line. And it is specified that a limited amount of food grains and other important things are given to APL and BPL under a specified amount. A very successful administrative system goes on in India, not only through PDS. Government also tries to prevent illegal ways of making profit and black marketing, and PDS helps in it a lot. See, and that is the technical steps. Here various agencies for developing standard of various products and to check and certify that the product according to the standard is it or not. In India especially we have two agencies working on it. Obviously the first one BIS and ISI. BIS, Bureau of Indian Standard, sets the standards of industrial products, especially check them and certifies them with this ISI mark. This ISI mark is given to the industrial product. Why? This egg mark, as you can see here, egg mark is given to all the agriculture products, that whether they are coming under the specified standard given by government or not. If not, then the Ministry of Agriculture is responsible for that. The next one is RPO. The symbol of RPO is like this. RPO is written like this, and I hope you all see this type of mark on the cap of mineral water bottles, cold drinks bottles. This mark is basically given to the drinking products, that whether these products are coming under the given standard of the government or not. Now government also start this particular symbols, especially for those who are illiterate. This green symbol means a green dot means a vegetarian product, while the brown dot means a non-vegetarian product. So this is how we discuss the steps, the legislative steps, COFRA, administrative steps, PDS, and the technical steps, all these marks. Learning to become a well-informed consumers. As a consumers become more conscious of their rights while purchasing the various goods and services, we will be able to discriminate and make informed choices. This is called the acquiring the knowledge and the skill to become a well-informed consumers. Somewhere the enactment of COBRA has led to setting up of the separate departments of the consumer affairs in central and state governments, which release different types of posters and other informations about the legal process, as like the Jago Grahak Jago. Not only these types of pictures and posters given in the newspapers and pasted on street, but the ads are also given to Doordarshan and other television channels, where the, the helpline number, which is 1-800-114-000, is also written, which is a toll-free number. So what are the duties of the consumer? How can a consumer or a grahak जाग जाए? Must check the quality and quantity of the product. Means a consumer must check the warranty, different types of mark like ISI, egg mark, and the MRP before purchasing the product. While purchasing a product, it is the duty of a consumer to ask for a cash memo. Means what we say in Hindi, a receipt of that product which we purchased. As a educated and well informed citizen of India, it is also our duty to form consumer awareness organizations. Many times we see that a consumer is not complaining for whatever the exploitations or the unsatisfactory he received from the market or the company, and that is just because of the lack of time and etc. But it is not right. It is a duty of a consumer that he must make complaint for their genuine grievances, and they should take help of the consumer organizations in seeking redressal of the grievances. And last, a consumer must know his or her rights given to him by the Constitution of India, and not only know about all these rights but also exercise them. And this is how, by applying all these duties in our life, we become a grahak who is totally aware, and no one need to say to us that jago grahak. Taking the consumer movement forward, in India we celebrate 24 December as a consumer day, a national consumer day. On this day that the Indian Parliament enacted the Consumer Protection Act in 1986. India is one of the countries that have exclusive courts for the consumer redressals. Not only this, we have more than 700 consumer groups and about 20 to 25 well organized consumer groups among these 700 consumer groups. But that is not enough. At time to time, different types of problems comes in front of us. Many years back, radio and television is one of the important part of a person's lives. While today, IT, that is the mobile and internet, is important part of our life. For that, we already make a cyber law for that, and in future also we need to make new laws according to that. The changes comes in front of us, means in short we have to continue the movement which we are doing from last 6 decades. Nevertheless, there is a scope of consumer to realize their role and importance. It is often said that the consumer movement can be effective only with the consumers' active involvement. It requires a voluntary efforts and the struggle involving the participation of one and all. That's all, students, in this chapter Consumer Rights. I hope you understand the chapter. If there is any problems, then please send me message as your reply or comment. Thank you.